C-section babies have a different microbiome, but not for long. New Scientist today's article by Jessica Hamzelou. C-section babies have a different microbe. C-section babies have a different microbiome, but not for long. New Scientist by Jessica Hamzelou, today's article. Babies born by cesarean section, C-section, have different gut bacteria than those born vaginally, but the differences largely disappear by the time the babies are 6 to 9 months old. That's according to the largest study into the effects of birth mode on the microbiome. Previous research suggests that babies born by C-section are more likely to collect hospital-acquired bacteria when they're born, while those born vaginally collect bugs from their mother, as of course would be logical. Now, because the microbiome is thought to be intricately linked to health, these differences have been suggested to make C-section babies more likely to develop obesity, asthma, and even eczema. The hypothesis is that the moment of birth might be a sort of thermostatic moment for the immune system that sets the immune system for future life. This is what Nigel Field explains. He's from University College London. To investigate this phenomenon, Field and his colleagues collected fecal samples from 596 babies born in UK hospitals. The samples were collected by the baby's parents over the first few weeks of life, and when the babies were between 6 and 9 months old, he says we did quite a bit of experimenting to show that baby poo is pretty stable in the post for a couple of days. This is what co-author Peter Brocklehurst, University of Birmingham, states. The team found that around 80% of C-section born babies had hospital-acquired bacteria in their gut when they were born, compared to 50% of vaginally born babies, 80% as opposed to 50%. And the bacteria made up around 30% of the total bacteria in C-section babies, compared to just 10% in babies born vaginally. By the time the babies were weaned at around 6 to 9 months, these differences had largely disappeared, and all the babies were healthy, so the researchers can't tell if there are any implications for health. Field says we don't know the long-term consequences of these findings. The findings should not put expectant mothers off having a C-section, says Alison Wright of the Royal College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists. He says women often need a cesarean, or some women choose cesarean, and although this is groundbreaking research, at the moment this should not deter women from having a cesarean section, she says. The team also took fecal samples from 175 mothers, comparing them to those of their 178 babies. They were surprised to find that the baby's gut bacteria seemed to be coming from their mother's guts rather than from the vagina during delivery. The finding pours more cold water over the practice of vaginal seeding, which has gained popularity in recent years. The idea is to put a swab in the vagina of a woman who is about to have a C-section, then wipe the swab over the baby's face or mouth to deliver the bacteria it might have picked up in the vaginal birth. The practice is not recommended by any clinical body, as it can be dangerous. The new findings suggest it would be pointless too. The bacteria picked up during vaginal birth seems to come from the anal area rather than the vagina, the team says. I'm sorry to be so descriptive, but this is medical terms. This is exactly what the article, a medical article, uses as terms. This is on New Scientist, and I'll leave links below for you for this. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not certainly on not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.